Recording. Hello, welcome to Yoga with Katie. Today we're going to be doing a flow class. So we're going to start in ascending position. All 10 toes facing the front, legs are hip width. Don't lock your knees. Inhale your arms up above the head. Palm touch, release index finger, grow tall. Exhale, bend towards the right side. Chin is away from the body, eyes looking up. Inhale, center, palm down. Exhale to the other side. Slowly come back to center. We lengthen the spine here. Exhale to the right. Release the bottom arm. Top arm is a crescent moon. Get a little bit deeper in your side bend. Slowly come back up. We lengthen the center. Exhale to the other side. Release the bottom arm. Top arm is a crescent moon. Side body long. Slowly come back up. Arm down by your side. We will come to a forward bend. Hands on waist for support. Take an inhale first. Exhale. We hinge forward, leading with the chest. When your back is parallel to the floor, release the hands down. Then go here for a moment. If you can touch the mat, touch the mat. If you cannot touch the mat, hold on to opposite elbows. Slightly bend the knees if needed, not sticking the butt out. Hip bones above ankle bones. Lengthening the spine, stretching our lower back muscles. Let the blood go the other way for a moment. Just be mindful that head is below heart, so if you don't feel good about this, you need to slowly come out of it. Gently shake yes with the head. Gently shake no. One more breath, and we'll get ready to come up. Hands on waist for support. Inhale halfway up to flat back. Exhale to slowly rise up to standing. Let your blood pressure get adjusted. After you've come all the way up, we're going to go back bend to counter. Interlace the finger behind, knuckles down and away from you. Shoulders and hips are level. We're not pushing the hips forward. Chin is away from the body, eyes looking up. One more breath, and we're going to slowly release. Shake it out. Next stretch, ear to shoulder, extend the opposite arm out. Using the same hand to guide and support the head. Lengthening stretch. Relieve any tension that you may have. Staying here for 3, 2, 1. Slowly come up the other side. Ear to shoulder, extend the opposite arm out. Using the same hand to guide and support the head. Stretch. Slowly come back to center. Shoulder strap, right arm up and across. Pull back. Creating resistance. Chin is away from the body. Eyes looking forward. And release. Same arm up. We're going to lengthen across. Place the palm behind the back. Use the other hand to guide the elbows. Tricep stretch. Chin up. Eyes looking forward. One more breath, and we're going to slowly release. Shake it out the other side. Up and across. Pull back. Creating resistance. Looking forward. And release. Same arm up. Lengthen first. Place the palm behind the back. Use the other hand to guide the elbow. Tricep stretch. If you can bind hands behind your back, go ahead, binding hands behind your back. Try to bring the fingers close together. And release, shake it out. Hands on the shoulders, elbows in, elbows out. Inhale one way, exhale the other. Feel the pinch your shoulder blades, opening up like heart chest. Improving your posture. When you're in the center position, we're going to go into a full circle. Try to bring the elbows close together. And reverse. Slowly come back to center, shake it out. Now we'll get ready for some salutation. So top of the mat, big toes to touch, align the edge of your feet to the edge of your mat. So listen to your body always to avoid injury. Inhale your arms up, back bend. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway up to flat back, hands on shin, eyes looking forward. Exhale, hands on mat, stepping back into a plank, shifting the weight forward. Beginners can drop to your knees. Tap your elbow by your side, come down. Inhale, cobra for modification, or up dog, shoulders relaxed, eyes looking up. Exhale, you can fall back on your knees. Tap your toes, lift your hips high, high up. And we're gonna come to a down dog. We're staying here for 5 breaths. Spread all your fingers. Middle index finger facing forward. Separate your feet, 2 fists apart, not too wide, not too narrow. Align your ears by your inner arms. Eyes look at your toes, knees or belly button. Now we look between the hands. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up to flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Slightly bend the knees. Inhale your arms all the way up. Back bend. And then I'm down by your side. Into a mountain pose. Continue. Inhale your arms up, upward salute, back bend. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway up to flat back. Exhale, hands up. Stepping back into a plank. Shifting the weight forward. Chaturanga is all one breath. Elbows lower than the shoulders. Immediately slide up to up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Take your time to set up. Lifting the hips high, high up. Shoulders are external rotation. Elbows are internal rotation. Eye of the elbow facing each other. Slightly bend the knees if needed, if you have tight hamstring. Now we'll go into low lunge on the right side. So inhale, right leg forward towards the right hand. Left knee on the mat. So if you need knee support, bring your knee pad, cushion to support the left knee. Arms up, holding onto your ball. Palm facing each other. Pinky slightly curved in. Shoulders relaxed down from the ears. Eyes looking up. Front knee is 90 degrees on top of the ankle, between second and third toe. Bring your palms together. Release index finger. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to sink. Slide back bend, looking up. Feel the stretch in the left hip flexor. One more breath, and we're gonna slowly, slowly release. Roll the shoulder back. Interlace the finger behind. Knuckles down and away from you. Lifting chin up and head back. Shine the chest up to the ceiling, looking up. One more breath, and we're gonna release the hands, getting ready for a twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. Stabilize yourself. Looking at the back. One more breath. Slowly, slowly release. Left hand down, right arm up. Open up the hand. Look at the top thumb. Now we're going to slowly release the top hand. Place it on the big toe side. Walking your foot out to the edge of the mat. Coming into lizard or dragon. Feel free to come on the baby toe side of your foot. Rocking forward, backwards, side to side to open up the right hip more. Those who can come down forearms and up on the back toes, go ahead. On this side, do modification. One more breath, and we're gonna slowly, slowly pushing ourselves back up. Heel toe, walking away from back to the center of the mat. And we're still 90 degrees on top of the ankle, getting ready for the twist. So we're gonna turn the body to the right side, left elbow on the outside of the thigh. Hands in prayer, press the palm together. Turn and look at the top elbow, stomach not resting on the thigh. Those who can come up on the back toes, go ahead. Feel free to open up the arms for more resistance. Any variation you like to chant yourself? One more breath, and we're going to slowly, slowly release. Hands on mat. Make your way to the back of the mat for a hamstring stretch. So feel free to come sit down, point the right toes up to the ceiling. Inhale the left arm up, we lengthen first. Exhale, we hinge forward, leading with the chest, holding on to any part of the leg, foot or toe. Chin is away from the body, eyes looking forward. Not rounding the back or dropping the head. Neck is long, spine is straight. Feel free to slightly bend the front knee if needed, if you have tight hamstring. One more breath, and we're going to slowly, slowly release. And we're going to take the band leg on the outside of the straight leg, coming into a seated twist. Opposite arm, opposite knee. Draw it close to you. The other arm up and over. Bring it directly behind your spine. Don't lean back too much. Front arm can be stop sign hand, prayer hands. Any variation you like to create resistance. Overlooking your shoulder, looking at the back, turning the neck as well. Stretching our lower back muscles. Massaging internal organs. And we're going to stay here for 3, 2, 1. Slowly, slowly release. Counter twist. Bring the body to the opposite side. Coming down on your forearm. Counter twist. Stretching out the lower back muscles. Oblique, the side of your body. One more breath, and we're going to slowly, slowly coming back up. I'm going to go rock the baby, so we're going to pick up the band leg, fit it in your elbow crease, rocking forward, backwards, side to side. The stretch is here, left hip flexor. So listen to your body on this one, sitting up nice and tall. So don't exaggerate the movement if you have any knee issues, any issues at all. Big circle. Know your range of motion. This is causing you a whole lot of pain and discomfort. You don't have to do this, so we're going to go the other way. Lift it up. Pray hands on the outside, draw it close to your body. And we're going to stay here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly, slowly release, straighten out the legs, bounce it a few times. And we're going to repeat on the other side, low lunge. So right knee on your mat. So move your support over to the other knee. Left knee, 90 degree on top of the ankle. Square the hip to the front. Arms up, holding onto your ball. Palm facing each other, pinky slightly curved in. Shoulders relaxed down from the ears, eyes looking up. Place the palm together, release index finger. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to sink. Slightly back bend, looking up. Feel the stretch in the right hip flexor. One more breath here. We're going to slowly, slowly release. Roll the shoulder back. Interlace the finger behind. Knuckles down and away from you. Shine your chest up to the ceiling. Lifting chin up and head back. One more breath and slowly, slowly release. Right arm forward, left arm back. Turn and look at the back. Stabilize yourself. Slowly, slowly release. Right hand down, left arm up. Open up the hand, look at the top thumb. Slowly release, both hands on the big toe side, heel toe, walking the left foot out to the edge of the mat. Coming into lizard or dragon, feel free to come on the baby toes of your foot. Rocking forward, backward, side to side to open up the left hip more. Now I'm coming down my forearms and up on the back toes. Now make sure neck is long, spine is straight. We're not doing head to ground. More intensive stretch off the left hip. So listen to your body on this one. If this is too much, please push yourself back up to the hand level. One more breath. Slowly, slowly release. Pushing yourself back up. Heel toe, bring the left foot back to the center of the mat. And we're gonna come to a twist. Opposite arm, opposite knee. Bring your hands to heart center, press the palm together. Turn and look at the top elbow, stomach not resting on the thigh. If you're coming up on the back toes, lift the heel high, high up. Feel free to open up the arms for more resistance. Slowly release, make your way to the back of the mat for hamstring stretch. You're gonna come sit down, point your left toes up to the ceiling. Inhale the right arm up to lengthen. Exhale, we hinge, leading with the chest, holding on to any part of the leg for the toe. Chin is away from the body, eyes looking at toes. Inhale the lengthen, exhale, stomach come down a little bit more. Lengthening the spine, stretching our lower back muscles, opening up hip joint, stretching our left hamstring. One more breath, and we're gonna slowly, slowly come back up. Coming to seated twist, bring the band leg on the outside of the straight leg. Opposite arm, opposite knee, draw it close to you, sit up tall, the other arm up and over. Bring it directly behind your spine. Front arm can be stop sign hand, prayer hands, any variation. Keep turning. Stretching our lower back muscles. Massaging internal organs, helping you to digest and detox. One more breath, and we're going to slowly bring the body to the opposite side. Bow down, counter twist. Bending the elbows, more room to come down as we stretch our lower back and oblique the side of your body. One more breath, and we're going to slowly, slowly rise up. From here, we're going to go into rock the baby. So we're going to fit the band leg in your elbow crease, rocking side to side. Now the stretch is here, right here, flexor. Be mindful for those who have knee issues or any issues at all. Don't exaggerate the movement. If it is causing you a whole lot of pain and discomfort, we're going to go into a circular motion. And reverse. Lifting it up. Pray hands on the outside, draw it close to your body. And release. Straighten out both legs, bounce it a few times, get the flesh out from your butt, point your toes up to the ceiling, and now we're in a staff pose. Shoulders are relaxed, stomach and chest proud. Continue to stretch hamstring. And then when you're ready, we're going to go into a double leg forward bend. Inhale your arms up to lengthen. Exhale, we hinge forward, grow longer. Pretty soon your hands will be beyond your feet. Holding on to any part of the feet, the legs, or release the hands on either side. Feel free to use your yoga strap to get into the alignment. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, stomach come down a little bit more. So one common mistake will be people want to do head to knee and start rounding the back, but you don't want to do this. You want neck and spine in one straight line. Using your inhale breath to lengthen, exhale, stomach come down a little bit more than the chest. Chin is away from the body, eyes looking forward. Slowly, slowly, come back up. And I'm gonna have my one leg, my right side close to my body, left finger grab hold the left toes. Inhale to lift up, exhale to open. Now, once again, go around, stomach and chest proud. Opening up the hip joints, stretching out in the thighs. Slowly bring the straight leg back to the center. Don't let go, lifting it a little bit higher up. And we're gonna bring the other foot off the ground, balancing on your sitting bones. Slowly, slowly release. Repeat on the other side. One leg straight, the other leg bend. Bring this leg close your body. The other side, grab a hold of the big toes. Inhale up, exhale, open. Stomach and chest proud. When you're ready, bring this straight leg back to the center, lifting a little bit higher up. Don't let go. And we're gonna bring the other foot off the ground. Slowly, slowly release. Now we're gonna try lifting both legs off. So set yourself up, get the fleshy part out from your butt, grab a hold both toes, and we're gonna come to a V-sit. Engage both your arms and legs. Don't lean back too much. And when you're ready, open up into a big V, balancing on your sitting bones. Stomach and chest proud. Chin is away from the body, eyes looking forward. And we're gonna stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring the legs together. 2, release. We're just gonna shake it out. So from here, we're gonna bring the sole of our feet together, wrap your hands around the ankle, sitting up nice and tall, rocking side to side, finding the sitting bones. Fly like a butterfly, flap about 10 times, opening up hip joint. Draw the heel close to you, grab a hold of the big toes, inhale to lengthen, exhale, hinge. Bring the elbows on the outside of the shin, inhale to lengthen, exhale. Stomach come down a little bit more, neck is long, spine is straight, opening up hip joint, stretching out inner thighs, maybe a little bit of discomfort. Slowly, slowly come back up. And we're going to slide the feet a few inches in front of you, going into a Taurus. This is longer than it is wide. You can have feet together or slightly apart. Slide a hand underneath to grab a hold of your feet. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, head to feet. Now, because we're turtle, so we can round the back in this one. More intensive stretch on the lower back. Stretching out inner thighs, outer thighs. One more breath, and we're gonna slowly, slowly coming back up, sliding the hand out from underneath. From here, we're gonna go windshield wiper. So bend both knees, hands behind you, finger facing the same way as your feet. And we're gonna drop the knees from one side to the other side. Let it fall wherever it falls. The knees don't necessarily have to touch the mat. Open up and drop both knees to the right side. Let it fall wherever it falls, forming a 90 degree. Make sure the butt stay down. You should feel the stretch here. Quadricep hip joint. Look in the opposite direction. Slowly come back to center, and we're going to windshield wiper a few more times. Release any tension that you may have. And when you're ready, we're going to open up and drop both knees to the other side, forming a 90. But stay down. You should feel the stretch here. Quadricep hip joints. Looking at the opposite side. A little bit of discomfort, and we're going to come back to center and windshield wiper a few more times. Open up into a big V. Feel free to use the length of your mat, point the toes up to the ceiling. Getting ready for wide leg forward bend. Inhale your arms up, lengthen, exhale, we hinge. Now make sure your ankles are supported, stay on the mat. And we're going to hinge from the hips, leading with the chest to come down. Bending the elbows, more room to come down. Inhale the lengthen, exhale, hinge forward. Keep rolling the hip forward. We're not doing head to ground. The entire unit has to come down. So don't worry about how far down you need to go. Over time, your body will open. And there's going to be a point that you can't go anymore, and you have reached your boundary and your limitation. Opening up hip joints, stretching out inner thighs. One more breath, and we're going to slowly come back up. Coming into a side bend, so right finger hooking onto the right toes, bring the toes to you. If you cannot touch the toes, hold on to any part of the leg, so release the hands. Bending the elbow, more room to come down, the other arm up, reach and stretch, open up the hand, look at the top thumb. After you have lengthened, you're going to slowly bring the top arm over. Don't worry about touching toes or touching anything. Shine the chest up to the ceiling, looking up. Feel the length in the side of your body. Stretching out the organs on that side, stimulating meridian point, acupuncture point. Place the top hand behind your head, keeping the top elbow up and open. Continue to breathe normally in and out your nose. Now we'll wrap the top arm around your waist, keeping the top shoulder up and open, looking up. Slowly come back up. And we're going to do a forward bend on this leg. So we're going to fold the leg that we're not using. Inhale your arms up, lengthening, exhale, turn to the right leg, shift forward, holding onto any part of the leg for the toe. Chin is away from the body, eyes looking forward. Inhale the lengthen, exhale, stomach come down a little bit more, then the chest. One more breath, and we're going to slowly walk the hands over to the other side, getting ready for the gate pose. Spread out your finger, align the wrist with the shoulder, grounding the top leg. Use your strong core to lift your hips off the ground. So coming into the gate pose, stack the shoulders on top of each other. Now you can stay here if you want to turn this into balancing. Lift up the top leg, either point or flex. That will engage the top leg. When you have enough of it, slowly release. Take your time to come down, and we're going to come back to wide leg. If sitting in wide leg is challenging for you, fold the leg that you're not using. So I'm going to reach for the other toes. So bring the toes to you. If you cannot touch the toes, hold on to any part of the legs or release the hand. Bending now, more room to come down. The other arm up, reach and stretch. After you have lengthened, you're going to slowly bring the top arm over, forming a crescent. Shine the chest up to the ceiling, looking up. Feel the length in the side of your body. Stretching out the organs on that side. Massaging internal organs here, stimulating meridian points, acupuncture points. One more breath and slowly, slowly come back up. And we're going to do a forward bend on this leg. We're going to forward the leg that we're not using. Inhale your arms up to lengthen. Exhale, turn to a straight leg, shift forward. Holding onto the end of the foot, the legs, so release the hands on either side. Chin is away from the body, eyes looking at toes. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, stomach come down more. Bend the chest. One more breath and slowly, slowly come back up, walking the hands over to the other side. Spread all your fingers, align the wrist of the shoulder, extend the top leg. Use your strong core to lift your hips off the ground, top arm up. Shoulders stack on top of each other. Use your core abdominal muscles and the straight leg to hold yourself up. If you want to turn it into balancing, lift up the top leg, either point or flex. Now we'll slowly, slowly release and we're going to come to a neutral tabletop. Spread all your fingers, wrists underneath the shoulder. Knees and hips are aligned, top of the feet on the mat. When you're ready, we're going to do a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, drop your belly, chin up, look up into a cow. Exhale, round your back as much as you can. Pull your belly in tight, looking down into a cat. So we're going to do this a few times. At your own breath and your own pace. Inhale one way, exhale the other. Connecting your breath with your movement. Creating spaces between vertebrae. Cat and cow also help people to relieve back pain. 2 more rounds. And one last one. Slowly, slowly, come back to center, swaying side to side, release tension in your wrist. We'll come to a big figure eight, swing the hip down onto the heels, swaying the hip out. When you're at the top of the mat, go to the opposite corner. Moving your spine. When you're in the center, we're going to go the other way. Reverse your big figure eight, swaying the hip out. When you're at the top of the mat, go to the opposite corner. Slowly, slowly come back to neutral, swaying side to side. Coming into arm balance, right arm and left leg out, right thumb to the sky, back toes down, core strong. Looking down, one straight line. And we're going to stay here for 3, 2, 1. If you need to release, release. Otherwise, you'll turn and grab a hold of the back foot, lifting it up so that the thigh is parallel to the mat. One more breath and slowly, slowly swing side to side. Repeat on the other side. Left arm and right leg out. Left thumb to the sky. Back toes down. One straight line. And we're going to stay here for 3, 2, 1. If you need to release, release. Otherwise, we'll turn and grab hold of the back foot, lifting it up so that the thigh is parallel to the mat. Slowly, slowly release. And we're going to sway side to side. Breath the needle, inhale the right arm up. Exhale, slide through the opening, dropping the right shoulder down. Left arm can be out in front of you or wrapped around your waist. Now you can stay here. If you want to put more body weight on the shoulder, extend the left leg out on your toes or off the mat. Any variation you like to chant this out. Don't worry about the back leg if you find that this is challenging to balance. One more breath, and we're going to slowly, slowly release, using the left hand to push yourself up. And repeat on the other side. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, slide through the opening, dropping the left shoulder down. Right arm can be out in front of you or wrapped around the waist. Now you can stay here if you like, and extend the right leg out on your toes off the mat. Any variation you like, you can grab a hold of the back foot. Just be mindful for those who have shoulder issues. One more breath and slowly, slowly release, using the right hand to push yourself up. And we're going to come to toe stretch, all 10 toes on the toes, and we're going to sit on the heels. Now, if you find that this is too much, you can lift some of the pressure off by sitting on your block, so your choice. Shoulders are relaxed. Sitting on your toes, toe stretch. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Inhale your arms up, turn the palm out, exhale down. Inhale your arms up, exhale down. One last one. Inhale, arms up, exhale down. Coming into neutral tabletop, release, tapping on the toes, wiggle side to side. And we're going to sit back on our heels. Now, once again, if this is too much for you, you can also sit on your block to take some of the pressure off. Ankle stretch. And once again, we're staying here for 3 breaths. Inhale the arms up, turn the palm out, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. One last one. Inhale your arms up, exhale down. Coming forward to neutral tabletop. Tap, 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 wiggle side to side, release any tension that you may have. And we're going to come back, we're going to go into camel, so come to kneeling. If you like, you can set yourself up with 2 blocks. So I'll show you the modification first. So blocks at different height. This is the highest, this is the 2nd level, and this is the 3rd. So for those people who are just learning to do this, come to kneeling. And you can also come on your toes, so no choice. So we're going to have one arm reaching for the block. So for beginners, you can learn to do this. And if you don't need the block, you can reach for the heels. So you can still be on your toes. So we're gonna reach for the heels, reach for the heels. And slowly come up when you have enough of it. And we're gonna tap, tap, tap again. Release any tension that you may have. Wiggle side to side. So we're gonna come sit back down for a moment. Take some water if you need. Now we're gonna come to shoelace. So we're gonna stack one knee on top of each other. So no space between the knee. We're gonna come forward. Stack your knees on top of each other. Sit back down. Holding on to opposite ankle, sitting up nice and tall. When you're ready, we're gonna inhale the arms up to lengthen, exhale to bow down. Hang here for a moment. Let the stomach rest on your thighs. A little bit of discomfort as shoelace is a yin pose, stretching out the ligaments and tendons that we normally don't do in a yang practice. But we're not going to stay here for 3 to 5 minutes like I did in practice. And just staying here for 3, 2, 1. Slowly, slowly come up, switching side, the other knee on top. Stack the knees on top of each other. Make sure both butts are sitting down. So we'll come forward first. Stack the knees on top of each other. Sit back down, holding on to opposite ankle. Inhale your arms up to lengthen. Exhale, bow down. Just hang here for a moment. Stretching our ligaments and tendons. One more breath. Slowly, slowly coming back up. Straighten out the legs. Bounce it a few times. And we'll come to the boat pose. So get the flesh down from your butt. Bend both knees, hands underneath the kneecap. When you're ready, lift your feet off the ground. Don't lean back too much. First round can be supported, and we're going to stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Come down, catch your breath. Another round. When you're ready, lift your feet off the ground. Don't lean back too much. You can be supported or you can release. And we're going to stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Very good. One last round. When you're ready, lift your feet off the ground. You can continue to hold on this way. You can let go, or you can scissor the arms for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Slowly release. Bounce it out. And we're going to get ready to come lie down on your back. And we're going to go into reclining poses. So take your time and get your strap ready. So today we'll do some leg work with straps. Bend both knees, your spine will automatically release, keeping the natural curve in your lower back. And down by your side, palm facing down. All lying down poses, we're slightly tucking the chin in to protect your neck. And when you're ready, we're gonna grab the strap. We're gonna place the left foot in your strap. Now we're gonna slowly guide the left leg up to the sky. Holding on to your strap, make sure there's no slack in your strap. We're stretching out the left hamstring. Taking a few breaths here. Neck and spine in one straight line. So we're slightly tucking the chin in. Stretching our hamstring. If you have very tight hamstrings, slightly bend at the left knee. And we're going to slowly climb up. So pull yourself up, lifting the hand chest up. More intensive stretch. Now, if this is too much, ease off. So we're going to pull the leg close to our body. We're going to stay here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release the head down. Right hand, grab a hold of the strap, and we're gonna lower this top leg to the right side. So hips automatically comes off. Coming into a spinal twist, left arm out shoulder height. Shoulder and shoulder blades are still on the mat. Turn and look at the left side, your neck is stiff. One more breath, and we're gonna slowly guide this left leg back to the center, switching hand. Same hand, grab a hold of the strap, and we're gonna lower this left leg to the left side or as far as you can go. Now make sure the right butt stay down. So we're using the right hand on the right thigh, keeping the right side of the body down. Opening up the hip joint, stretching out the left inner thighs. So feel free to use your yoga block to rest it underneath the left foot if you like. Two more breaths. One more breath. And we're going to slowly bring the left leg back to the center. And we're going to release nice and slow with control. We're going to bring this left leg back down on the mat. Once you come all the way down, bounce it a few times. Now we're going to place the strap on the bottom of the right foot. So we're going to lower the leg down first. When you're ready, we're going to slowly guide the right leg up to the sky. Shorten your strap if needed. Stretching out hamstring. So slightly bend the knee if needed, if you have tight hamstring. Left toes are facing the ceiling, so both legs are working. Walking the hands further up, so we're going to lift the hand chest up. Make sure you're not carrying any tension in your neck, shoulders, or upper back. Couple more breaths here. And we're going to slowly release the head down. Right hand guiding the right leg as close to the floor as possible. Opening up the hip joint, stretching out inner thighs. Now make sure the left butt stay down. So we're going to use the left hand on the thigh or place it on your hip. So keeping this left side of the body down. Feel free to close your eyes and listen to my verbal instruction. So you don't have to keep popping your head up and down to see what I'm doing. One more breath, and we're going to slowly guide this right leg back to the center, and we're going to switch hand, left hand holding on to the strap, and we're going to guide the right leg to the left side. So we're going to come to a spinal twist. Now on this side, hips automatically comes off, right arm out, shoulder height, palm facing down. Stretch, strengthen, and tone the lower back muscles to support your spine, especially if you have back pain. Turn and look at the right side, your neck is good. We're going to stay here for a few more breaths. So all spinal twists helping people to relieve back pain as we strengthen the lower back muscles. One more breath, and we're going to slowly guide the right leg back to the center. Now we're going to place both feet into the strap. So now we have both legs up to the sky, holding on to the strap just for support. Stretching our hamstring on both sides. Once again, slightly bend the knees if needed, if you have tight hamstring. One more breath, and we're going to lift the hand chest up. So we're going to walk up the strap, lifting the hand chest up. Make sure you're not coming up with neck muscles. Engage your core abdominal muscles. One more breath. And we're going to slowly release the upper body down. We're going to come to a wide leg. So your feet are still in the strap. Stretching out the inner thighs, opening up hip joint. And we're going to rock side to side. Now we're going to pull the legs close to your body in this rocking motion. Now, people who have yoga strap that have a loop on both ends, this is where you can fit your feet into the loop to stabilize your legs. Let's do another 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly, slowly slide the legs together. Remove the strap. From here, we're going to do 3 rounds of leg lift. I'm down by your side, palm facing down. Take a breath here first round. Lower down for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. When your legs are 1 foot off the ground, bend both knees. Lifting the legs back up. Take a breath here, second round. Lower down for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't drop it. Bend both knees. Lifting the legs back up. Take a breath here. Last round. Lower down for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Bounce it a few times. Now we're going to come to wind releasing on the right side. Wrap your hands around the right knee. Draw it close to the chest or armpits. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. Massaging organs on the right side as well as ascending pull. Now we lift the hand chest up, head to knee, lifting the left leg off the ground. Feel free to grab a hold of the right foot if you like, more intensive stretch. Continue to massage internal organs. Slowly release the head and the straight leg. And we're going to bounce the right leg out a few times. Repeat wind releasing on the other side. Wrap your hands around the left knee. Point the right toes up to the ceiling. Inhale, relax, exhale, squeeze. Massaging organs on the left side as well as descending colon. Be gentle with your body. And when you're ready, we're going to lift the hand chest up, head to knee, lifting the right leg off the mat. Now you can stay here. Those who can grab a hold of the left foot, go ahead. More intensive stretch. Slowly release the head and the straight leg. And we're going to bounce it out. Now bend both knees, wrap your hands around your knees, coming into knee to chest, rocking side to side. Coming into big circular motion if you like, covering a bigger area. Massaging lower back and sacrum. Go the other way. Slowly come back to center, lifting the hand chest up, head to knee. Feel free to grab a hold of the feet. Make yourself small. Continue to massage internal organs. Slowly release the head, lift the feet up to the sky, coming to happy baby. Bend both knees, hands on the bottom of your feet, press down so that the knees are close to the armpits, rocking side to side. Massaging the entire spine and entire back. Slowly, slowly come back to center. And release the legs down. Bring the sole of your feet together. Let the knee fall to form a diamond shape. Arm down by your side, palm facing down. Let gravity does its job to open up hip joints, stretching out inner thighs. Now we're just gonna open up the legs and getting ready for a brief Shavasana. Arm down by your side, palm facing up. Close your eyes. Soften your face. Relax the jaws. Suck on your teeth. Focusing on your breathing. When you inhale, belly and chest rise like a balloon. And when you exhale, draw the belly button back to the spine. And we're just gonna stay here, focusing on our breathing for a moment. Letting go of all your stress, tension, worries, anxiety, anything that doesn't serve you anymore. Now we're going to slowly wake up the body by wiggling your fingers and your toes, rotating your ankles and your wrists, gently turning your neck left and right. Bring your legs together, point your toes, inhale your arms up above the head, full body stretch. Exhale and down by your side. One more time. Inhale your arms up above the head, point your toes, big stretch, rib cage rising. Exhale and down by your side. Bend both knees, raise the right arm, roll over to the right side, making a pillow of the right tricep. And when you're ready, we're gonna use our top arm to push ourselves up. So now we're in a comfortable seated position. So we've come to the end of the practice. So bring your hands to heart center, taking a free final closing breath here. Inhale your arms up, lengthening, turn the palm out, exhale down. So inhale your arms up, tall and long, exhale down. One last one. Inhale your arms up, exhale down. So to close the practice, bring your hands to heart center. Thank you very much for watching, sharing your energy with all of us, and letting me guide through this practice. Namaste.